Everybody, welcome to episode 34 of the Foot Basket Podcast. I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you tuned in and that you're watching this episode. You found this episode. Thank you for the love that got showed to the last episode. Last episode went really good. It was a fun episode to do, reacting to Bleach Report. I enjoyed it, and I also just prepared us looking at the lineups for this episode. We're gonna be doing NBA tier list. I didn't know if I wanted to wait for this because again, I had told you guys maybe a week or two ago. There's still some moves to be made. But as we prepare for NFL, that's so soon. I'm so excited to see some football and just talk to you guys about that. We do have to still talk about NBA, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this NBA season as well. The draft was great. Some big moves, crazy off season. One of the craziest ones we've had in a while. So there's a lot of things in NBA that's changed and that's made us required to do this tier list. So if you're a new viewer, welcome. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, continue to tap into Foot Basket. It's every Tuesday at 12 p.m. There's also an Instagram account as well that you can follow on IG. It's Foot Basket Podcast on Instagram. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for the love, for the support. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. Stay all the way to the end of the video. That helps me out the most. And hit that like button as well. If you have any quality issues, just hit that settings button on the top right. I film at 1080 pixels. I know sometimes YouTube automatically does 360, so you can change that. Just make your viewing just a little bit better. If you're on Spotify watching this, hit that follow button on Spotify. I appreciate my Spotify viewers as well. Big shout out to y'all. I want to first give all the glory to God, allowing me to be here, allowing me to do this podcast. I'm grateful that I continue to grow in it, that it will just continue to grow and that He'll just bring the results. So I give all the glory to God, allow me to be here. Let's get straight into this episode. We're going to be doing what we've been doing for the past few weeks, which is just having us do the screen record. So I'm going to get that set up for you guys. Transfer that over. Sorry, that came out a little messed up. Hold on, tell me my thing is freezing right now. As we let this load, I got 5 different categories. I got champion, favorites, tough team to beat, 50-50, just not that good, and I'm not watching them. Again, there's been a lot of moves that were made in this off season. If you didn't watch last week's video, it is very important to go watch that because it kind of just gives you a starting 5 that each one of these teams is gonna have. It'll just help you out in case you forget that this guy was here, or that man Bobby Portis is on the Heat, or Tyler Herro's on the Bucks. In case you forget some of those things. One of the biggest surprises was how far Charlotte dropped. Unfortunately, my thing looks like it is freezing right now. That is not good at all. Give me 1 second. All right, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but again, if you're a returning viewer, thank you for the love that you showed in the last video. The last video was a banger. I enjoyed it so much looking at Bleacher. Hopefully, you get some more videos like that. Reacting to Bleacher Report. Let me change. Okay, so this is officially let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, that should be better. So yeah, and this is NBA teams. The tier list that I have. Let me change this to what I had it as. I had champion. Let me take this away. Champion. Favorites. I have very good. 50. Not too good. And I'm not watching. Yeah, there's a couple teams that, even though I was talking to you guys last week about how looking at the tier list and stuff like that, there's a couple even like the bottom teams, like there's some things in there that's just like I'm actually intrigued to see like how this team is gonna play, how these young guys are gonna play, stuff like that. But there's definitely a team that's gonna be going there. So let's start with this tier list. We're gonna be talking about each team and what kind of reason why I put them there. I guess we'll do in order of how they have it here. I'm fine with that. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 9, 8, 27. Yeah, 27. Yeah, all the 8 teams are here. Okay, I want to make sure I ain't scamming. Starts with Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks had a very great season. unexpected season after that trade, after the trade deadline. And they had a great second half of the season. Had a good. They only team to beat the Knicks and their playoff run. And they took 2 games from them. I'm gonna have the Knicks having a very good season this upcoming season. I think they're just gonna kind of replicate the same thing they did last season. They're kind of in that spot like where I don't think they're gonna win a championship, and they're never gonna kind of be a champion favorite. But they're a good team that you can't sleep on going into this season. Boston Celtics is a very, very. I kind of want to create a new role, to be honest. I'm gonna put very good and oh no, wait, add a row below. Wait, very good, and I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna put missing something. Why is it like this? Missing something. Oh my goodness, this thing is selling me right now. Yo, for it to freeze like that is what messed me up low key. How it froze earlier. Delete. I'm gonna do it and add it again. Okay. Hopefully this works. Something. Okay, yeah, better. A lot better. Okay. I'm gonna put the Celtics here. So I think they're better than a 50-50 team that you'll see that I'll put here. But I think this Atlanta Hawks would be better than the Celtics. I think the Celtics are just missing something when it comes to there's just too many question marks. Too many question marks about how this team's gonna play by himself. What they're gonna do about Derek White, because Derek White was being shopped. Are gonna keep him? Is this gonna be a season that they try to push to win? Yeah, there's a couple teams I'm definitely gonna put that. So I'm happy that I put that there. So yeah, I had the Boston Celtics and missing something. I just don't know how good this team's gonna be with it just being Jason Tatum. I don't know if they could replicate kind of what they did this past season. I slept on them last season, and they ended up being a second seed in the conference. But I think I'm sleeping on them again, even though they're my second favorite team in the league. There's something that just I don't think they'll be able to replicate kind of what they did. But maybe I'll be one of those sleepers again. How Joe Mazzulla was in that one clip saying everybody was sleeping on him. Brooklyn Nets. I will not be watching any Brooklyn Nets games this season. I promise. It'd be very, unless they put the Denver Nuggets, which they will. I think that's the only time I'm watching Brooklyn Nets basketball. There's no reason for me to watch this team. They need to play good though. They do need to play good because they don't have their own first round pick. They're rookies and like sophomore year players. I'm not even that intrigued in. Michael Brown, I'm not that intrigued in. I'm not saying he's gonna be a good or bad player. I'm just not intrigued in him. Jaeger Damon, I'm not that intrigued in. Danny Wolf and like all those guys. They had like 6 first round picks last year, and like none of them I'm really like messing with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not gonna be watching Brooklyn Nets this season. That's a fact. Charlotte Hornets. On the Bleacher Report, they had them 27th, according to starting 5. I got the Charlotte Hornets at a 50-50. I think they're worse than the Celtics, definitely worse than the Hawks. I think they're in this 50-50 range. They were definitely they were probably missing something or very good. If they didn't trade LaMelo and kind of kept the same team. But 50-50 is more where I kind of want them at. I don't know where they're heading when it comes to the trades that they made with shipping out Miles Bridges, shipping out LaMelo Ball. I think shipping out LaMelo Ball was what they got out of it was decent. Because they were able to re-sign Kobe White, and Kobe White kind of just brings the same thing. Just not that level of playmaking, but kind of just brings the same thing. But I'm going to have Charlotte Hornets at 50-50. Chicago. Not too good or 50-50. I'm looking at some of these teams. Put Chicago at 50-50. I think they have young, intriguing players that I'm going to be enjoying to watch. Montes Buzelis, I think he's going to have a big jump. C-Dub was looking like one of the best players in Summer League. I think he's going to come straight into the season and be one of the best rookies just off the start. I think this is not going to be like an easy team to beat. I'm having the same tier as the Charlotte Hornets. I agree with this. Same tier as Charlotte Hornets. I'm excited. I'm actually gonna be watching some Chicago games this season. Hornets not as much because like they just won't have the same energy. But some of them Chicago games with C-Dub, Modest, Josh Giddey. Hey, I'm gonna be messing with Chicago this season, low key. Cleveland. Still haven't really fully re-signed James Harden. Still got Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Sam Merrill, Max Strus. They still have basically the same team. They lose Dean Wade, but that doesn't do too much. I'm putting them very good. I think they're gonna have a very good season again. They've been in this very good tier for like the past 4 or 5 years, and have done nothing. They haven't even made the Eastern Conference Finals like once, bro. Wait, maybe they did. They played Toronto first round, second round. What was the conference finals last year? I low-key can't remember. Well, I think it was 76ers. I can't remember. I know the Cleveland was on top, so I'm pretty sure Cleveland lost to the Knicks the second round. I don't know, but they have not performed to expectations with how good this team is. Like having a 1 through 5 that's actually super talented. Like I mean, when they had Darius Garland, I mean you have James Harden now, which is even a bigger upgrade. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, a small forward like Max Strus or Sam Merrill that can just shoot and play defense, which is perfectly exactly what you need. A power forward that's a great defensive player and a great rebounding big. You're running a double big lineup with 2 crazy good guards and a great 3-point shooting small forward. That's like a recipe for a good team, a championship team. You just haven't been able to put the pieces together. But I think they're not. I don't think they're the same tier as Celtics, but I think they're gonna have a very good season. Dallas. A lot depends on how Kyrie's going to come back and how healthy he's going to be. But I'm going to put in not too good. I don't think they're going to have another good season. I think Cooper Flag's going to have a great season, but there's not much leading to this team. He can't lead Najee Marshall and Dwight Powell to a 50-50 team. I got the Mavericks are not too good. I will be watching some games. Definitely be watching Chicago more than Mavericks, and definitely watching Hornets more than Mavericks. But yeah, it really also depends on how healthy Kyrie is going to be this upcoming season. Denver Nuggets, my team, bro. See, they're between very good and missing something. And unfortunately, as being the most expensive team in the league right now, they are missing something, and they're missing that small forward spot. To make them go from here to very good or a champion favorite, they need to figure out what they're going to do with Cam Johnson. They're going to need to figure out if they can get out of that Christian Brown contract. They need to figure out I don't even think they can bring in back Peyton Watson anymore. I think free agency is cooked now to bring back Peyton Watson. It's not cooked because he hasn't signed anywhere, but like they don't have the money to bring him back. It's just, and then we saw how defensively bad they were in his past playoff run. Bad. They were missing that defense, that playoff defense. They're missing a small forward that they can trust. If they don't bring back Peyton Watson, I'm missing too many things for me to unfortunately put them in very good or champion favorites, which hurts, bro. Bro, we got freaking exposed defensively in that last playoff run. Detroit, very good season, almost champion favorites, but I think I only have 3 teams. There's only 3 teams that's kind of in that tier. I got Detroit. I wonder if I should put Atlanta down. Nah, I think Atlanta's going to have a better season than the Celtics and the Denver Nuggets. Do I think that? I think the Celtics, but I don't know about the Denver Nuggets. We'll talk about Atlanta later. Detroit, lose Tobias Harris, possibly losing Jalen Duren, but Jalen Duren is more looking like a sign and trade, so you kind of just bring in any big man, which is not a lot of big men that's on the market. But you're missing a power forward spot. You're missing a center spot. You still have Cade. You still have Asar. You still have Duncan. You still have Dennis Jenkins. You have some trade pieces like Ron Howland and Marcus Sasser, stuff like that. I think this team is still going to be very good. You have one of the best point guards in the league. Hope you can find him some help. Hope you can find that boy some help. But bringing a guy like Trey Murphy could actually work at the 4 spot. That team. With some shooting and some ball handling outside of Cade, that would help a lot, low key. I think Detroit is going to have a very good season. Even though they are missing some things, you know what I'm saying? They're missing a power forward. Why? Because it's hypothetically they get a power forward, and Jalen Duren's on. I'm moving Detroit down until they can figure some things out. I'm moving Detroit down until they can figure some things out. Cleveland, like I even think if they don't bring back James Harden, they bring back a different point guard. I think they're still gonna be a very good team. Detroit, like if you don't bring in Trey Murphy, if you don't bring in a power forward that you could trust, and you're really running Cade, Asar, Duncan, power forward to be named, center to be named, because you don't have Isaiah Stewart no more. Detroit don't fall off like that, y'all just hit 60 wins. Don't fall off like that, bro. Golden State, bro. Missing something or 50-50? Yeah. Yeah, that's where they at right now. It's missing something or 50-50. I don't think Golden State is on the same level. But I don't think he's on the same level as these teams either. I think they're kind of in their own tier, like in between both of them. I think I'm going to put Golden State and I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm going to leave them in 50-50. I think I'm going to move the Hornets down one. I think I'm going to move Chicago down one. I think I'm going to put Golden State at 50-50. It's not even like they're missing something, because I think if they... Who are they getting? I mean, they had Giannis in the rumors. Which if they bring Giannis... Oh, like if they bring LeBron into this team, LeBron, Draymond, Steph... Like, I don't even see them being a... I think it'll be a very good team, but I don't see them being a champion favorite. But I think they're missing too many things to even just be missing something. You're missing everything at this point. You're missing youth. Moses Moody will be out for the whole season. Jimmy Butler's out for the whole season. Porzingis, you re-signed, but he's had an injury history. You signed Draymond on that fat one-year contract. Yeah, nah. I have going to say 50-50. Houston Rockets. I got them missing something. I think this team is very talented. They're having Fred VanVleet come back, which will hopefully be good for them. But this team is way too talented to be. They're kind of in that Cleveland Cavaliers area where like they have such a good 1-5 to not have made at least a conference final. I know they're in the West, but this team is really good. KD, Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, now Fred VanVleet. You had Reed Shepard, which was he was a great kind of replacement or like bridge point guard for Fred VanVleet, but also to grow him as well. I don't know. They're missing just some type of playoff wins, like confident playoff wins, for me to put them in very good. I think they're gonna have a good regular season, but the biggest thing about this is who's gonna be in there for the playoffs. I think they're missing something to be there. Next is Indiana Pacers, and this is such a questionable put because you don't know how Halliburton is gonna come back. You don't know how Zubac is gonna play with this team. They lost a little bit of guys, but I think the Pacers are going to have a very good season. I think they're going to come back, and they're going to be the same team that we saw 2 years ago in that finals. I think Halliburton's going to come back hungry. Pascal had a great season last year, even though nobody watched any Pacers game. Hopefully Zubac stays healthy and plays good with his team. But even then, even if he doesn't play like he played in LA, you have a big center, which is perfectly fine. You had Miles Turner in that spot in your championship run. I know Zubac can't space the floor like that, but just having that bigger center to play defense, get rebounds is perfectly fine. Set screens. I think the Pacers are gonna have a great season this season. That's my prediction. Clippers. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in not too good. It's just a random group of guys in my opinion. It's a what's his name? Brandon Ingram. Well, possibly not Brandon Ingram. Darius Garland, some youthful guys, but nothing that's like too confident for me to be like, okay, they're gonna get some wins. They're gonna be on the same level as Golden State. I can't put them there. I have them not too good. I don't think they have a really good season. Lakers losing LeBron. You still have Luka. You still have Reeves. Walker Kessler is there now. I think the Lakers are missing something, and I think what they're missing is just the thing about with this team that they're coming up with. It's gonna be a brand new like regime over there. No LeBron. You just have a great guard duo. You're bringing in a lot of new guys. Rui's not there no more. Wait, am I tripping? I might be tripping. I think Rui is still there, but they have Walker Kessler, which is a new guy. It's a lot of question marks to figure out if this team's going to be good. I know this is it's kind of the same thing that you saw on the Dallas Mavericks team, where it's two great point guards, a good center like Walker Kessler is kind of that Daniel Gafford. But it's a lot of just what ifs and question marks that you have for this team. So I'm gonna put them in missing something, but they're almost not very good. I think they're gonna have a great season as well. Memphis, I don't think I'm watching Memphis games, bro. I mess with Cam Boozer. That's about it though. I don't think I'm watching any Memphis Grizzlies games this season. That's just what it is and what it ain't, bro. That's what it is and what it ain't, bro. Miami missing something, bro. Hey, bro, it's the truth. I don't think this Giannis acquisition makes them a champion favorite. I don't even think they make them on the same level as these teams. I'm dropping Atlanta down as well. I don't think it makes them on the same level as these two teams. They're just missing depth. They're just missing players, bro. They don't have enough players on this team that you can trust. I mean, Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, Bam, and Giannis is a great 4-person lineup. I don't think they still have Pele Larson as well, or if he was part of that trade package. But they bring in Tim Hardaway as well, so maybe you start, Davion Mitchell, Tim Hardaway, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, Bam. I don't see that team. They're just missing. They're missing something. And especially the injury history that you can have with possibly Giannis getting injured as well. If Giannis gets injured, it's chopped. It's chopped. Chopped, bro. I hope Giannis stays healthy, though. Milwaukee, yeah, I'm not watching this team. I'm not watching this team. I'm not even that intrigued in Ryan Rollins. That's all I hear is about to just go hoop over there to average 25, possibly be an all-star somehow, because it's basically his team. But I'm not watching Milwaukee basketball this season. Minnesota, very good. Excuse me. Acquisition of LaMelo Ball was a very risky thing, but I think it was a good trade. You just gotta figure out, are you running Jimmy McDaniels at the 4 spot? It seems it was also very good defensively throughout the times that they've been good for the past 4 years. But is sliding Jaden McDaniels down to that 4 spot going to be beneficial for this team to still be that high defensive rating team? And also just lose some size. I mean, I know LaMelo is a tall point guard, but it's not like he's a great tall defender, you know what I mean? I think his team is still going to be very good, though. And we're going to see a lot of highlights out of this team as well, so I'm excited for that. New Orleans Pelicans, if they don't make any trades, I'm putting them in 50-50. Excuse me. This team, once DeJounte Murray got healthy at the end of the season for the last a month, this team was a 500 team, which is exactly what 50-50 is. 500, you're winning half your games. I think Pelicans got that. They have talent. They have Zion, DeJounte Murray, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones is not a bad guy. You used to have Jeremiah Fears. You used to have Derek Queen. You have some youth that is entering their second year. I think they're going to be 50-50, and I agree with them being on the same level as Golden State, since Golden State hasn't made any moves yet. Especially that injury history, bro. Golden State, bro. But I have Pelicans having a better season than they did last year. Hopefully, I don't know what their pick situation is, but hopefully they don't sell some type of pick situation. Because, boy, Knicks, no question. Champion favorites, again. I have 4 teams up here. They're 1 in the 4. 2 in the East, 2 in the West. Just went on one of the craziest playoff runs we've seen in a long time. And looked very good against a great Spurs team in the finals. I even mentioned it multiple times. Their regular season wasn't too crazy. But in the playoff time, they locked in and they looked like the experienced good team to beat. And I think they're just going to be the team to beat this upcoming season. They're going to be the juggernaut team to beat. Even though I think, the Spurs have more talent than them, or the 76ers have more talent than them, I think this Knicks team has the chemistry. They are keeping all of their guys together. They have sacrifices and pay cut after pay cut. Hey, man, this Knicks team is the team to beat this season. Next is OKC, champion, favorite. It's not even a question as well. As long as everybody stays healthy. They got out of that Lou Dort contract, which was very important. They pick up a DeMar from the draft, which he's a big guy. That's kind of all you ask for. Jerry McCain might be coming back and having a good season, which is kind of what you hope for as a Thunder fan as well. You can have Casey Wallace. You still have all your main guys, and of course J-Dub, Chet, and Shea able to retain Hartenstein as well. So this team is basically just running it back again. Again, losing Lu Dort is not even that bad because Lu Dort, bro. Sometimes teams would just land Lu Dort shooting and playing 4v5 in their head because Lu Dort didn't count as one of them guys. Shea's gonna have another great season. Hopefully Chet. Boy, Chet. Yo, we'll see how Chet plays when he plays San Antonio, but hopefully he doesn't fumble. You know what I'm saying? Orlando Magic. Shout out my boy. I'm putting them in missing something as well. This team has, again, it's one of these. It's similar to the Rockets, similar to Cleveland, even though I think Cleveland's going to have a great season. They have too much talent on this roster to be how they've been throughout the past 3 years, ever since Paulo's been here. Franz Wagner, Paulo, the amount of size they have as well. Wendell, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black now has risen up. They just have too much talent here to not be, one of these very good teams. They are missing something. I don't know if it's I mean, you have your star and your co-star between Franz and Paulo. So is it breaking that up and kind of just having a primary star and a lot of great role players? I don't know what Orlando needs to do, but they're kind of just missing something to make that big jump. We saw how good they could be, especially when they locked in defensively against that Hornets team in that playing game. They played really well against Detroit as well. Even though they had very, very bad last 3 games of that series. Orlando was definitely just missing something to kind of make that jump that they need. 76ers, champion favorites. I think they have the most talent in the league when it comes to, if everybody stays healthy, everybody plays to what we expect them to play to. They have the most talent in the league for sure. And a big thing about this team is how big VJ's jump is going to be. We know how Tyrese Maxey is going to hoop. Another big question mark is Joel Embiid's health. Is he going to stay healthy? And the thing that they can think about is they brought back Adem Bona. They have another, I forgot who their other, I think they still have Drummond. So you have 3 centers, right? Even if Embiid gets injured, you know what I'm saying? You have 2 decent to good centers. If Embiid has like a knee problem and the doctor is saying 1 to 3 weeks, you could kind of just push for that 3-week period because you have such a talented roster that can keep you elevated to be a good playoff team. You don't need to we need to bring Embiid back so we can get a few more wins so we can at least make the play-in or something like that. So I think that would be really good for Embiid, but also for the team as well. It allows him to get fully rested, that he doesn't rush any of these injuries that he may have this upcoming season, so that he can have a healthy playoff series. Because that's all it comes down to is when it comes playoff time, can he stay healthy? And then how big is VJ's jump going to be? We'll see. Next is Phoenix. Oh my God. Looking at these teams, bro. There's not a lot of bad teams in this league, bro. There's not. And I think the new shout out Adam Silver, bro. Shout out Adam Silver, because I think if it wasn't for them lottery odds, bro, Hornets might have just sold everything. Clippers might have shipped out Brandon Ingram somewhere else. Darius Garland somewhere else. I don't know about Golden State to try to tank, but tanking is now basically gone. So it's just, what I'm saying, teams are trying to stay good, trying to stay relevant, trying to make trades that can still make them good, but also work in the future. So shout out Adam Silver, bro. Phoenix Suns made the playoffs last year. They got D-Book, Mark Williams, Dillon Brooks, Miles Bridges, Colin Gillespie or Jalen Green. It's a good starting 5. Kind of in between this 50-50 and missing something, but I'm gonna put missing something for them to be a very good team. I don't think this team could ever have expectations to be a champion favorite, almost no matter what they do. But I think this team is definitely better than both these teams. They have a great starting 5. I just think, I don't know, because they had a very good defense last year. It was just when they saw that OKC team, when they see one of these juggernaut teams, they just don't look good offensively. I mean, you're kind of asking Dylan Brooks to just drop 30. And like Dylan Brooks offensively, I know he had a great season last year, but that's not what you kind of want from him. You kind of want him to be that third option, fourth option, maybe offensively, and kind of be that number one option defensively. So maybe it's just offensive power or just a better offensive scheme as well. Because there were so many times in that playoff series against OKC, I know OKC is a great defensive team, but they just did not look good offensively. Like there was no movement. It was very stagnant. So I don't know if it's like I don't think it's a coach problem, but hey, man, they gotta figure something out over there. So they definitely are missing something. Next is Portland. I think it's gonna be a very underrated team. Oh my goodness, this is difficult, bro. This is difficult. This is difficult, low key. Because I think I want to put Portland in missing something as well. And what they need their own tier because they have too much of something, and that's too many guards. Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, bro. Like, bro, they looking like Chicago Bulls last year, gang. They still have Denny. They still have Robert Williams, which was your 3-man, your 5-man, and that which you might have to move Denny down to the 4 because I got too many guards. I think they're just missing. I don't know how Ja Morant's gonna come back. I think Ja Morant's gonna have a great season. He's gonna prove a lot of people wrong. I think he's gonna have a very good season this upcoming season. Is Ja Morant enough to get you to one of these teams? And I don't know if that's what Portland's kind of wanting. I don't know if they want to be up here. They're just kind of okay being in this little middle area. But I think they are missing like a big trade. And that might a part of it is definitely put some guards in there in that trade package. Put Robert Williams, and try to go get a crazy big man. Go maybe try to put Denny in that package, and go get like a big star. Like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Sacramento, I would not be watching. Almost not too good because I kind of mess with Darius Acuff, but I would not be watching Sacramento games. These 4 teams, yeah, I'm watching all these teams. So yeah, these are the 4 teams I am not watching this season. They are in the schedule. Catch me not watching them. That's a fact. Fact. San Antonio, champion favorites. They need to figure out what they're gonna do at Dylan Harper. Is he gonna keep coming off the bench, or is De'Aaron Fox still a trusted guy? Brought in Tobias Harris at your 4 spot. Great acquisition. They've been grinding too. I saw Spurs just posted something that they get like half the team or like they're starting 8 besides Jordan McLaughlin and more Jordan McLaughlin. Yeah, that boy sneaked into the big share if y'all saw that. But they were like training in France together and stuff like that. Like I think this team is hungry for that win. They were disappointed in the loss that they just had. So they definitely have a chip on their shoulder to come for that championship. And I think you're gonna be seeing one of these 2 teams. One of these 3 teams. I have Pacers, or I have Knicks, or not. I have Philadelphia first, Knicks second, Pacers third. When it comes to that championship, maybe we'll put Cleveland 4th. Oh, I forgot about Toronto too. Maybe Toronto goes 4th. Yeah, I think Toronto 4th, then Cleveland 5th. But I think San Antonio is gonna make the finals. I think they're beating OKC. I think they're beating Minnesota. I think this is their year. Them going through the fire and getting their scars, I think was important for this youthful team because they're going to come back and be like, we're going to want it this year more than everybody else. Toronto, I think they're going to be a very good team. As long as they keep Kawhi Leonard, they went to 7. I think I mentioned this multiple times, but they went to 7 with this team, and they didn't have Brandon Ingram. They didn't have Emmanuel Quickly. If everybody stays healthy, this starting 5 is very underrated. Defensively, this team is very good. It's going to be even better with Kawhi there. I will not be sleeping on Toronto this season. Toronto's going to be one of my favorite teams to watch this season as well. Utah, I think this is a very underrated team. I'm putting them in missing something. I think them not getting Walker Kessler was a big loss because that starting lineup of Walker Kessler, Laurie, not Ace Bailey. Jaren. Wait, it'd be, oh my goodness. It was going to be Walker Kessler at the 5, Jaren at the 4, Laurie at the 3, Keontae at the 1, and, you could put Ace Bailey at the 2 or Darren Peterson at the 2. But that was a very, very big lineup, especially that 3 through 5. They're like 7-foot Laurie Markkinen, 7-foot Walker Kessler, 6'10", 6'11" Jaren Jackson. But I think the team is still going to be very good this season, and definitely not a team to be sleeping on your schedule. They're just missing now just that 5-man. They have used some Nurkic there, but like kind of getting a 5-man that they can trust. Like bringing a guy like I don't even know who they want to bring in. Washington, another sleeper team, very very sleeper team. I don't know if teams or I don't know if people are hiding this is. Bro, I mentioned this multiple times too. This Washington team is actually gonna be good this season. I'm gonna be the ones calling it out because nobody else calling it out, bro. I think Trae Young's gonna have a great season. If AD stays healthy, bro, we know what AD can do. I know it's a big if. But even if AD's not there, you have so much youthful talent in that locker room that you can kind of just replace at that 4 spot, move things around. Even maybe see the AJ DeBonce at the 4 spot as well. Hey man, this is officially my tier list. There's a lot of good teams in this league, and I think a part of that is the new lottery things. I think like Utah bought in last season after the lottery things was being talked about. Washington bought in from being a very very bad team to now being one of in my opinion they're going to be one of the better teams in the East. Even like New Orleans or Golden State, they're not selling their team. They're trying to still be in the hunt. Mavericks didn't want to just trade away everything. They want to still keep Kyrie, let him, mentor, stuff like that. Charlotte traded away their players but still remain good. Chicago brought in Nicholas Claxton and didn't sell away too much. Clippers is the only team that, like, bro, they could have truly, truly sold, but they didn't. They still have Darius Garland, still have Brandon Ingram, so just some talent over there. But I don't know if that talent's gonna translate to wins. But hey, I think there's gonna be a lot of great basketball. There's gonna be so many good basketball games. Like as long as, even like if you put Hornets and maybe Chicago, everybody that's in 50-50 and up, as long as they go against each other, I think it's a game to watch. 100%, I think it's a game to watch. Maybe even Mavericks is somewhere in there. Like if you see Mavericks versus Detroit, I might tap into that game. If I see Charlotte versus Toronto, I'm tapping into that game. Chicago versus Celtics, I'm tapping into that game. But yeah, that's my official tier list for the NBA season. I know it was a little messed up in the beginning. Sorry, I had froze on me, but hey, man, I got San Antonio coming out the West, and I don't know who for sure I have coming out the East between these three teams. I think I'm leaning definitely more towards Knicks or Sixers. But I think Pacers is very sneaky. I think Toronto is a very sneaky team too. But I think San Antonio is gonna dominate this season. They might do something crazy. I don't even want to bring it up because then I might sound crazy. But hey, man, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate you. It helps me a lot. Hit that like button if you haven't. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Subscribe button helps me a lot as well. Make sure you follow Foot Basketball Podcast on IG. Check in next week at Tuesday, 12 p.m. Thank you for staying with to the end. See you guys next week. Peace.